Chapter 13. The Future Optimization Framework. Daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annual habits. Throughout this book, you've learned the mindset and framework that can help you make as much money as possible. You've learned how to track your net worth, calculate your number and break it down into smaller goals, calculate your savings rate, see money for its future potential, get a raise and use your full-time job as a launching pad, find and grow a profitable side hustle, invest in real estate, minimize your investment taxes and fees, and maximize your investing returns. While everyone wants to get rich quick and you might be able to do it, more realistically this book won't help you get rich quick, but it will help you get rich quicker. For some it will be harder than others, but whether it takes you 5 or 20 more years to hit your number, the rules of the game are the same for everyone. Spend less money, make more money, minimize your taxes, and invest as much as you can. As you'll remember from earlier in the book, adopting an enterprise mindset is all about finding ways to make as much money as you can for your time. When I started taking money seriously in 2010, I was focused on saving $1 million as quickly as possible so I wouldn't have to work at a job I didn't like for the next 40 years. A few years in, I realized I had a shot at making it happen in 5 years. But it took more than having a good plan. While you've learned the strategies to make financial independence possible, they are worthless unless you put them into practice. In this chapter, you'll learn the Future Optimization Framework, which is designed to help you use everything you've learned in your daily life. The following 4 principles are the foundation of this framework and will significantly increase your chances of success in both money and other areas of your life. Just get started. Remember, this book is about maximizing both your money and your time, so you need to start implementing the strategies you've learned as soon as possible. Don't waste time. Do something right now, today. Whether it's increasing the amount you are saving in your 401, planning how to get a raise, starting a side hustle, or just saving an extra $5. Do it right now. Getting started is more important than making the perfect decision. Choosing good enough right now is more important than waiting for the perfect time or the perfect job or the perfect idea. Don't overanalyze it. While you might be the only one of your friends or family who is following this path, don't wait until you've learned everything. You'll learn by doing. You're also not the first one to walk this path. You can learn from others. You can learn from me. You'll learn as you go. You'll always be learning, no matter how many books you read or classes you take. There is absolutely no substitute for actually getting out and doing it. Trust me, the more experience you get, the easier it is to make decisions based on predictable outcomes. Seeing money-making opportunities becomes easier. Investing becomes easier. Being comfortable with risk gets easier. Knowing when to take risks gets easier. Knowing when to say yes or no becomes easier. I made a ton of mistakes, and you will, too. The key is to not let them derail you. Just keep at it. Do me a favor, put this book down, log into your bank account right now, and take a screenshot of your bank account balances today. Print one out and hang it in your bathroom or closet, somewhere you will see it every day. Now go to Futuream.org, which is a free tool that allows you to send an email today to yourself at a specified date in the future. Write emails to yourself 1 year and 5 years into the future answering these 3 questions. 1. What does financial freedom mean to you? 2. What makes you happy? 3. Where do you want to be in 1 year? In 5 years. This is exactly what Anita, who retired at 33, did. She sent emails to her future self to stay motivated throughout her financial independence journey. With each email she opened in the future, she realized how far she had come and how much she had grown. Remember, who you are in 5 years will likely be a lot different from who you are today. Your goals and priorities and dreams will change as you do. This is your starting point. You'll look back on this in 1 year and be amazed at how far you've come. 8 years ago, I was completely broke and knew nothing about anything in this book. Just 1 year later, I had increased my savings rate from 0% to almost 60%, had diversified my income streams from 1 to 7, and had saved up over $100,000. Here are 10 things you can do to get started today. 1. Increase your 401 contribution rate by at least 1%. Try for 5% or more. 2. Open a Roth IRA if you don't have one, or if you do, contribute at least $5 to it. If you don't qualify for a Roth IRA, open a traditional IRA and contribute at least $5. 3. Set up a daily or weekly automatic deposit of at least $5 to your Roth IRA or another account. 4. Review your job benefits and make sure you are taking full advantage of them. 5. Analyze your current market value and start building your case for a raise. 6. Write down 5 new side hustle ideas. 7. Reach out to 3 new interesting people to schedule a lunch or coffee with them. 8. If you're renting your home, calculate if it makes sense to buy a home and figure out how much money you would need to do so. 9. If you own a home, start looking for a rental property. 10. Set up a savings rate tracking spreadsheet or start using an online tool. Focus intensely and learn to say no. Just as it's never been easier to make money, it's also never been easier to waste time. We surf the web mindlessly for hours or binge watch TV shows for entire weekends at a time. People are good at wasting time. But remember, your time is the most valuable thing you have. Make the most of it. It doesn't matter how much time you spend at your desk or how many emails you send or how many meetings you have or how busy you are or how hard you work or how many things you get done. If you aren't working on the right things, you'll never accomplish anything of value. If you want to get ahead with money, you've got to learn to say yes to yourself and no to almost everything else. No one cares about your time or money as much as you do. Give both generously when you want and protect them dearly when you don't. If you just let life happen to you, then it's going to eat up both your money and your time. That's just the way the world works. If you don't push against the current, you're more likely to get carried away. Learning to say no is one of the hardest and most important lessons I've learned, and I'm still learning how to do it. The more time you spend focusing on the things that actually help you make money and the less time you spend on things that don't, the more effective you will be. When your friends ask you to grab drinks after work, but you know you should be putting in extra time on your side hustle, saying no will put you one step closer to reaching your goal. When your partner asks you to snuggle up and watch Netflix on a Tuesday night but you haven't completed what you wanted to that day, say no and realize that, in the long run, you're doing both of you a favor. Of course, you can't say no all the time, but investing more of your time today to reclaim 5 to 10 times the time tomorrow is an opportunity, not a sacrifice. Remember, $1 today can be $10 in 20 years, and 1 hour hustling today is worth 20 to 30 hours of freedom in the future. Be mindful of your time and focus. You'll quickly learn to differentiate between the things that matter and the things that don't, and will become more mindful of the trade-off. Here are 10 ways you can start saying no and start focusing right now. 1. Look at your to-do list. What is one thing that isn't a priority and doesn't align with your goals that you can say no to today? 2. Look at your calendar. What meetings can you cancel? 3. Now look at your calendar and block off at least 5 minutes a day to spend with your money. I recommend doing it first thing in the morning and making it a part of your morning routine. 4. Look at your calendar and schedule in time for things that you really love and make you happy that have nothing to do with making money. This is different from absent-mindedly wasting precious minutes of your life on Facebook or Instagram. Whether it's reading a book, playing pickup basketball, or whatever, schedule time to do it. Life often has a way of getting in the way. 5. If you get a ton of emails, set up a new personal email address that only your closest friends and family know about. Create strong boundaries with email, which is most people's biggest time waster. 6. Turn your phone on airplane mode and disconnect your computer from Wi-Fi to focus. 7. Limit your meetings and calls to specific days and times during the week. I often block off one day and one evening for calls. Remember to block off time for yourself before anything else. 8. Cancel any subscriptions, classes, or commitments that you've determined are a distraction to your achieving your goal and that don't serve you in some other way. 9. If you have a partner, schedule a time with them to discuss your new path and get him or her on board. This might take some time. Don't push. Be patient. Talk about life goals as a bridge to the money conversation. Check out the Money Talk cards at financialfreedombook.com/tools to guide the conversations. 10. The next time someone asks you to do something, think about how it fits into your larger personal and professional goals. Say no when it's unclear. Execute consistently. The strategies in this book are not going to help get you rich overnight, but they will help you get rich over time if you stick with them. This is why consistent execution is so important. Success is built on daily habits. Spending a few minutes each day monitoring your finances, trying to make more money, increasing your savings rate, and optimizing will not only add up but will actually compound over time. If you take a few minutes every day to focus on your money, you'll become more mindful and managing your money will become easier. It takes only about 30 days to build a habit, so put in the effort up front to build good habits and you'll find that making good money decisions becomes not only easier, but second nature. Balance your micro and macro goals. You've already broken down your number into daily, weekly, monthly, and annual goals. Try your best to hit your target numbers and then push beyond them. If you miss them one day, pick up the next. Below is a blueprint of what I did daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually as I pursued financial freedom. It's pretty much the exact schedule I use to optimize my own money. Use this as a starting point and customize it based on where you are on your own financial freedom journey. To keep track of your progress, you should use both an online net worth tracker and a manual spreadsheet to regularly record your progress. The exact spreadsheet template that I use, as well as the net worth tracker, are available to download at financialfreedombook.com/tools. Daily, check your net worth using a net worth tracking app. Invest at least an extra $5 each day in one account. Strategize how to make an extra $50 today. Review how much you spent over the past few days and on what. How did you feel buying it and how do you feel now? Learn from the purchases you're happy with and those you aren't. Weekly, check secondary and passive income performance. Check credit card charges from the past week to look for discrepancies. Look for missing payments owed to you. Monthly, review monthly saving performance. Increase savings percentage at least 1%. Check passive and secondary income performance. Pay monthly bills. I actually recommend doing so manually instead of setting up automatic payments because paying the bill yourself every month will make you feel it more and force you to reevaluate your expenses and identify ways to save money. Analyze personal and business cash flow. Adjust your cash flow projection spreadsheet for the next month and rest of year. Especially if your income is variable, it's essential to project how much cash will be coming into your life over the next 3 to 6 months to ensure you are able to cover your expenses and invest. Cash flow management is an art, and you'll get better at balancing how much money you need over time. Quarterly, check your number progress and reanalyze the target. Check your target asset allocation and rebalance if necessary. Recalculate your real hourly rate for each of your income streams and combined income and record it on your spreadsheet. Check your credit score using a free service. Look for anything weird, like debt that you didn't take out or payments that you made that are posted as late or delinquent. Check passive and secondary income performance. Analyze personal and business cash flow. Adjust cash flow projections. Annually, review automated investments and payments. Prepare for tax optimization and minimization. Project cash flow for the following year and analyze your estimates over the past year. Review investment account fees to ensure they haven't increased. Review annual subscriptions to magazines, streaming services, memberships. Review annual giving strategy. Now that I have reached financial independence, my daily routines have shifted a bit. I spend less time tracking my individual expenses and more time adjusting my investment performance in order to ensure my money is working as hard as possible for me. Optimizing my taxes to make sure I am being as tax efficient as possible, and analyzing the performance of my websites and online income streams. Over time, as your investments grow, you should also start adding regular tasks to optimize how you are spending, making, and investing money. Now that JP has retired at 28, she tracks a mixture of permanent and rotating metrics. She permanently tracks her net worth and monthly expenses by category over a 2-year period, and also rotates out other metrics that for a specific period of time get her intense scrutiny, like how much money she is spending going out with friends, share and know when to ask for help. No matter how much you know about something, there's always going to be someone out there who knows more. Money is too taboo in this world. We don't talk about it enough with the people around us, with our families, friends, romantic partners, and coworkers. We are embarrassed or unhappy with our salaries, or we are scared of our boss, so we don't talk about our salaries with coworkers, possibly leaving money on the table. We are afraid to ask for help when we don't know the right answer or when we're deep in debt. We hide our debts or purchases from our partners because we're afraid of what they'll think. The more you talk about money, the more you and those around you will learn. Share this book with your partner, a few of your friends, family members, or coworkers. Set up a monthly hangout to share your challenges and strategies for making more money. Pick up a deck of the Money Talk cards to help facilitate your money conversations. They're available at financialfreedombook.com/tools. Join a local financial independence group or the financial freedom community at millennialmoney.com. One of the fastest ways to accelerate financial freedom is to keep learning from others. Stay curious. Never stop. Read books. Download podcasts. Take courses. Everything you learn will compound throughout your life. Our brains naturally pick up patterns and make connections with new information without us even realizing it. The more you surround yourself with money ideas, the more you'll learn and the more money you'll make. When I recently had a complex question about LLC equity structures, I reached out to one of the world's top experts on the topic and paid him $300 for 15 minutes of his time. He usually charges $1,200 per hour but agreed to chat with me for 15 minutes one day over lunch. I was able to get access a global expert, and now I have access to information that you can't even find online. I've done this many times for legal and tax questions. You can also do it for financial questions or when you run into a complex issue. Many financial advisors can even chat with you over Skype on your own time. Ideally, use financial advisors to fill your knowledge gaps, not manage your money. If you want to work with a financial advisor, work with fee-only financial advisors who charge per hour, not based on a percentage of your assets. Chill as hard as you hustle. Making money can be addictive, and it's easy to spend all of your time and energy pursuing financial independence. Between 2010 and 2015, I was at an all-out sprint the entire time. I didn't sleep much and made a lot of sacrifices, including losing some friendships and occasionally my health. I cycled between working super hard and crashing for entire weeks. There were weeks when I was so burned out I couldn't get off the couch. It definitely wasn't healthy. Looking back, I see a lot that I would have done differently, but the biggest mistake I made was actually working too much. I never set any boundaries, which is a huge risk for so many of us in the 24 divided by 7 divided by 365 digital economy. There are many benefits to being able to work anywhere, anytime, but it also makes it harder for us to turn off. I was working about 80 hours a week for 5 straight years. Now it's easy for me to see how I could have been more effective and maybe made even more money if I had simply rested more. I wasted a lot of time working on projects when I was too tired to be effective or lost weeks recovering. While it's totally worth putting in an extra 20 to 30 hours a week for a few years to buy an extra 20 to 30 years in the future, be mindful about how you are using your own time. Taking a break might be just what you need. If you're feeling burned out, the best strategy is to stop immediately and rest. Like, not keep working, rest. Actually get in bed and sleep, rest. If you keep pushing, you'll likely get sick. Slow way down. Get out into nature. Do walking meditation. Eat healthy. Drink green juice. Sleep. Get exercise. Do some yoga. And don't forget to breathe. Breath is the best medicine. Remember, life greater than money. Recap. 1. While you've learned the strategies to make early retirement possible, they are worthless unless you put them into practice. 2. Just get started. Remember, this book is about maximizing both your money and your time, so you need to start implementing the strategies you've learned as soon as possible. Don't waste time. 3. This is your starting point. You'll look back on this in 1 year and be amazed at how far you've come. 4. Focus intensely and learn to say no. Just as it's never been easier to make money, it's also never been easier to waste time. We surf the web mindlessly for hours or binge-watch TV shows for entire weekends at a time. People are good at wasting time. But remember, your time is the most valuable resource you have. Make the most of it. 5. Execute consistently. The strategies in this book are not going to help get you rich overnight, but they will help you get rich over time if you stick with them. This is why consistent execution is important. 6. Know when to ask for help. No matter how much you know about something, there's always going to be someone out there who knows more. 7. Chill as hard as you hustle. While it's totally worth putting in an extra 20 hours a week for a few years to buy an extra 20 to 30 years in the future, be mindful about how you are using your own time. Taking a break might be just what you need. Breathing is the best medicine. Life greater than money.